Your life. Your life.
Hello, guys. It is Stephanie, and I am back with another episode. And I know if I sound really nasally, if I sound really like congested, I apologize in advance. If you guys are following us on Instagram and Facebook, you know that I posted recently that I was having trouble with my voice. And now I am super congested, and I'm going to talk to you guys about how this situation has all been. But I feel a lot better to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give them an episode, and it's going to be more like a checking in episode to kind of talk about a few things that I've been going through, a few things that I want to let you guys know about, and just, you know, take it off the ground because guys, I haven't spoken to you guys since like mid-May, literally since like right before Mother's Day. And so much has happened. And you know, you guys know that I want to come, I want to give you guys word, I want to give you encouragement. And for me to be out that long is like something's up. But we're going to talk about that today on the remix. I really hope that if you guys like the content here, that you choose to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Remix Movement Podcast, and that you go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yes, we have a YouTube channel, and you can hear the saved episodes on there. You can follow us on there. You can get links on there. Lots of really cool things on there. So thank you so much for that. All right, so in the last episode, 191, I basically told you guys that I was excited because I was about to go to a marriage retreat that I was invited to by my cousin, and I wanted to, you know, let you guys know that Lewis and I went. We had an amazing time. There were a few hiccups here and there, not because of the marriage retreat, more because of my grandmother. She was just not feeling good, and she was in and out of the hospital. She's doing much better now, praise the Lord. But other than that, this marriage retreat was very awesome. The church that did it, is Reflection Church Orlando. And they have Pastor Mario and Tanya there. My cousins attend that church in Orlando. And every time we get a chance to go to Orlando, we try our best to go to that church also. They love on you. They're real people. They talk about real things. The Spirit of God moves. And I do believe that I really hope that the next retreat is coming up soon. But we got to meet a lot of really cool people. We got to get closer to God, and we worked a lot on communication, which I'm really happy about. It's one of those areas that as you progress in your marriage, you have to continue to communicate. We had a lot of fun. We played a lot of games. We did not win the dating game, but we learned a lot, and I'm grateful for that, and I appreciate my cousin going ahead and inviting us. All right. If you are married, I highly suggest that you do a marriage retreat, that you go to a church and that you attend these events, because you get to connect with people and other couples that are either newlywed or have been married for a really long time. And you get to really see how God moves in different people and different marriages. So I definitely suggest that you go ahead and do that. All right. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about some stuff that was going on with me. Nothing with Lewis. All with me. I don't know what happened. Okay. So last week, Thursday, I noticed that my voice was losing. It was not sore. I didn't feel like my throat was like sore or anything. I just felt like my voice was hoarse, like very, it would come in and out, and it was weird. It was really weird. It was right when I came back from Orlando with Lewis. We went to go see my goddaughter after we went to the marriage retreat. And it was just weird. It was a weird feeling. Friday, I completely lost my voice. Could not answer the phone. Every time I would call Lewis on a break, I would have to see him in person on WhatsApp or on FaceTime. And yeah, it was weird. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. So the following day, I got allergies. And now that it's summertime, I expect to get allergies because I'm allergic to pollen. But this was not a type of allergy where I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm sneezing all over the place. I feel uncomfortable. And I remember like I had the chills for a moment. I didn't have a fever. But literally like the next day, I believe Sunday, I noticed that I didn't smell Oh my gosh. I had a candle burning. I was cooking chicken. I couldn't smell any of it. I still to this day, this Thursday, June 2nd, I haven't been able to smell. So it's been a few days now. And then on Sunday night, I noticed that when I was eating dinner, I lost my sense of taste. Yes, I lost my taste. Couldn't taste salt, couldn't taste sweet. Still to this moment, I can't taste. I can probably taste hints of spices. Like I had like a pulled pork barbecue and the barbecue sauce was a little spicy. But I promise you, like cocktail peanuts have salt in them. Can't even taste it. And then I had some strawberries. Didn't even know if they were sweet or sour. It was just like regular water with like soft texture. So I asked one of my coworkers, because she also had COVID earlier this year, like me and Lewis. And I asked her and I was like, listen, I know you've been gone for a while. I need to ask you, did you ever lose your sense of smell and taste? And she said, yes. So apparently this is a few of these long-term lingering COVID symptoms or after COVID symptoms. I did take a COVID test. I am not COVID positive, thank God. I do not have the flu, thank God. But apparently, if you had COVID, don't be surprised if you lose your voice. If you lose your sense of smell, your sense of taste, my friend says that it comes and goes and it's triggered by allergies or by a sickness. So the day that I got allergies, I guess for some reason, my immune system, I don't know what's doing, but I'm praying, then hoping that I get my taste and my smell sometime soon. I would love to taste chocolate again. I mean, guys, I went to go get a frappuccino, a chocolate frappuccino from Starbucks. I love it. Did not taste it. I can taste the chocolate, like the texture of it, but I cannot taste the chocolate. And I'm hoping and I'm praying. And, you know, it's only been a few days. My friend says it can last about a week or 2 weeks. But I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready to taste my food again. I'm ready to smell again. I'm ready just to smell my perfume and smell, you know, the next time I see my goddaughter, her baby smell. I'm waiting for it. So I've been dealing with these things. If you see me physically in person, I'm fine. But if you talk to me, you can tell like I'm a little bit congested, right? But keep praying for me. God is working. Now I know. All right. Here's another thing I want to talk about, okay? I want to talk about a book that I just finished reading. I've spoken about this book previously in previous episodes, but I want to tell you guys, if you like to read, if you've started a book and you haven't finished, I encourage you to finish the book. All right. I like to read, and I was given Relationship Goals by Pastor Mike Todd, 2020. Yes. I was given the book 2020. I finished it. I was happy. And then there's a second book that kind of goes side by side along with it. It's called the Relationship Goals Challenge. And this is a really good book because it's like an add-on. And it's focused on marriages and focused on people that are about to get married. But if you are in a relationship that you've been in with a long time and you're thinking about getting married, I think this is a great book too. And Lewis basically got this book for me. And I started reading it February 2021, and things were going on. Stuff was happening. Did not pick up this book again until maybe December of 2021. And I was finally able to finish it just 2 days. Well, yeah, yesterday, just yesterday. So I finished this book June 1st. And it basically gives you a lot of great advice. And it piggybacks off of relationship goals. So right now, if you're on YouTube, you'll see the cover to the relationship goals book and then also the relationship goals challenge. This book, honestly, is a really good refreshers course for me. And it came at the perfect time because I just finished coming back from a marriage retreat. But it gives you practical ways for you to keep a long-lasting marriage. And Mike does a really good job of using his testimony with his wife. And he does a really good job of applying biblical principles. He does an amazing job with making it easy for you to talk to your spouse about the things that are in this book. And you get to talk about what you read. You get to talk about how you can move forward in different areas. And I just wanted to make sure I told you guys about it because like I said, I like to read. I like to invest in things that are going to help me. And I feel like these two books are amazing. I finished these books and literally was like, okay, I'm picking up my next book. And Lewis gave me a book in December of 2021. And it's his new book, Crazy Faith. And in this next slide, you'll see the new book, right? It's only crazy until it happens. This is more of a book that has to do with faith. More of a book that has to do with what Michael Todd is going through in his personal life with his son who's autistic. And I've read nothing but great reviews on it. So I'm thanking God that I finished his Relationship Goals book. And now I am reading Crazy Faith. From time to time, I listen to his sermons on YouTube, and I'm actually really excited because he mentioned in last Sunday's service that he's starting to write another book. And, there's just a way that he communicates that's very easy to understand, and it also allows God to work. So, again, if you like to read, if you want to invest in your faith, you want to invest on these topics, I go ahead and I suggest that you read them. I'll let you guys know once I'm done with this book, but with this new book, I've only read like the book jacket, the prologue, the dedication. I think I'm going to go in chapter 1 today. But yes, keep reading the same way that we read the Bible so that the Bible can help us out. It's always really good for you to look for other avenues, other ways for people to be able to, invest and work in your faith and help you out. So definitely keep doing that. All right. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, and I know I have a lot, it's just I have a lot of things, so I'm just checking in on this episode, letting you know what's going on. Nothing too big, nothing too major. And then I'll have another episode for you guys tomorrow for Friday Prayer Wave. But this next topic I want to talk about is something where I'm telling you guys, we mentioned it in a few episodes back, but I feel like we need to talk about it now, okay? So Farruko is a reggaetonero. He does reggaeton music, all right, Spanish, Latin music. And we talked about his testimony, how he recently converted. He had a relationship with God before, and now he's actively sharing the gospel of Christ. And this is the first time I'm hearing a song that he puts out that has no curse words in it, doesn't talk about sex, doesn't talk about using drugs, doesn't talk about using alcohol, doesn't have a negative connotation, but it's a song that is his first song that's Christian. I guess you can say that, right? It's his first song that's Christian since he publicly came out and said, hey, I'm a believer, I'm changing my ways, and this is what's happening, right? So the name of the song is Nazareno. In English, that's Nazarene, and we know that Jesus was known as the Nazarene. And this is not your typical CCM music, CCH music, Christian hip-hop music, Christian contemporary music. This is not that type of song, all right? It's really cool to know that he is aware of the people who currently listen to his music. He wants to continue to reach those kinds of people. And he didn't produce a ballad, didn't produce like a Spanish corrido, didn't produce like a song that's sad. This is like a really cool hype hip-hop reggaeton song. The beat is great. I think production-wise, he's an amazing artist. With his lyrics, he's actually doing pretty good lyrics. And I saw this and I literally was like, you know what? I was with Lewis at my grandmother's house, and I literally pulled it up because it showed up on YouTube, and I was like, oh, let me check it out, right? So he came up with a music video to the song, and I'm listening to the lyrics as I'm watching the video, and I'm like, okay, no, I have to understand what these lyrics are first. I went to go look at the lyrics. I looked at the lyrics before looking at the music video, and I was like, okay, this is actually really cool. You know, I understand the message that's behind it. This is fantastic. Great, right? And then I saw the video, and the video is very real, very truthful, very honest. I'm talking about, I suggest that you watch the video if you understand Spanish, if you don't understand Spanish. The video itself, it has a lot, right? It has a lot to say about what's going on, and he puts it in your face for a reason, right? He wants you to be aware of what's going on in the sinful world, but he also wants you to be aware that, hey, Jesus saved me. Jesus took me out. Jesus told me, like, this is not the way to go. This is the reality of the situation. So I'm not going to give all of it away, but I'm going to be putting the link in the description of the podcast on all our platforms. And I'm going to go ahead and also put a link in the description to an interview that Farruko recently did with Telemundo on their, I guess, their news production staff. It's called Al Rojo Vivo. It's basically about 41 minutes, and he literally talks about his transformation, his conversion. He talks about what's going on. He explains, you know, the backlash of how he came out, and it's such a good interview, honestly. It's a really good interview. So I'm going to put that link in the description too. I took some time these last 2 days that I've been sick, or when I was cooped up for Memorial Day because I was sick. And I saw the Christian reactions to the music video and song, which are hilarious, right? Because they don't look up the lyrics first. They kind of just look at the video. And like I said, it's very strong. He put in like a warning at the beginning saying like, this is not, you know, this isn't acceptable to certain audiences. But their reaction at the end was like really, you know, kind of similar to what I thought, right? I also saw the reaction videos to non-Christians, right? People that are in this world, that are doing things, participating in stuff, doing sin, and not going to church. And they reacted to the music video and the song quite positively. I mean, they didn't have anything negative to say. They understood his transition. I think the way he's coming out, the way he's showing like, hey guys, listen, I believe in God, but that doesn't mean that you have to stop listening to my music. I want to keep the same style. It's a song that I feel like it would be really easy to put this song in a club. And even in the interview, he says, listen, if they put this song at the club, somebody, I believe, is going to be touched. That person is going to want to know more of my transition. They're going to want to know God. They're going to want to turn away. So I think that's fantastic. So that's something I definitely wanted to go ahead and mention on this episode. The last thing I want to mention, or almost last thing, is I'm excited for the summer. I got a lot of goals that I want to do in the summer. A lot of them has to do with my weight loss. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating healthy. And don't even know what they taste like, but I'm eating lots of lettuce and tomatoes and vegetables and fruits, and you know. But I can't wait to travel more for the summer. I'm not going to be traveling outside of Florida. Most of my travel is probably going to be to Orlando because I just love seeing my goddaughter grow. She's about to be 6 months. Yeah, she's about to be 6 months in a few days on the 7th. I'm excited to see my grandmother. I just want to spend time with her. This weekend, actually, I'm supposed to be going to Orlando again with my sister. We're having a sister's weekend. I've never done this before, just me and her. I'm praying the weather isn't that bad, but here in South Florida, they're talking about rain and they're talking about like the storm coming. Listen, I'm praying. I need to go. But I'm looking forward to this summer because I do believe that God is going to be moving mountains. He's going to be answering my prayers. He's going to be lifting me up. So I encourage you guys this summer, if you have plans or you don't have plans, to keep praying for the Remix Movement podcast. Keep praying for me, for this ministry, for what God is doing. And I pray that you enjoy your summer as well and that your faith continues to grow. All right? So that's all I got to say to you guys. Please stay tuned because, like I said, I'll be back here again tomorrow. We're going to be doing our Friday prayer wave, and I'm excited. There's a lot of things we need to pray for. And listen, don't wait till tomorrow. Just pray today. Pray today. Pray tomorrow. Pray tomorrow morning. Pray tonight. Prayer you can do any time of the day. All right? So thank you so much for tuning in, and God bless. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Remix Movement for more updates. Be sure to check out our videos on YouTube and subscribe. Feel free to send us a DM with your feedback, questions, and any topics that you would like to hear in any of our future episodes. Thank you, and God bless.